Yeah.
So we were discussing, to explain what Vedanta is. They're the ancient scriptures of India called the Vedas, which are the most ancient teachings that come out of India. The Vedas give us formulas and prescriptions and rituals and ways to invoke the aid of the deities and invoke the aid of God for help in living a basically healthy, harmonious, happy, dharmic life. And then there are 4 main Vedas, and then attached to each Veda is 1 or more Upanishad. And they deal with the questions of what is the deeper reality, what is the underlying reality to all of this? Who am I really? Am I this body? If I'm not this body, who am I? Who is God? What is God? What is my relationship to God? What is my relationship to all of the creation? And what happens to me when I die? What happens when I do leave this body? So those are the questions that the Upanishads deal with, and because they come at the end of the Vedas, they're called Vedanta. The 2 words Veda and Anta. Anta means end. So Vedanta, it refers to the teachings of the Upanishads. There are other texts besides the Upanishads that also help to give the vision of what the Upanishads are. But the main teachings of Vedanta come from the Upanishads themselves.
I'm a heart person. I can through the vehicle of love, I can break through. Now that Vedanta just I've often thought I'm a heart person, and there are these people who mind people. Is Vedanta mind or heart?
I think Vedanta would consider them the same thing. Although it does deal with the mind because it's the mind that has the problem. The heart has no problem. The heart is open. The heart is how we know who we are. The mind gets in the way. The mind superimposes all these identifications on top of our true nature, which the rishis have called Sat Chit Ananda, pure awareness, pure existence, and pure bliss. But the mind, through this vehicle of the ego, the ahankara, latches on, is always looking outside. It wants to experience that joy, and the heart intuitively knows that joy that is our true nature. And the mind is always reaching out to find something to hold on to give us that joy, an object, a person, a relationship, whatever. And so the mind is always doing this thing, and it's the mind that has the problem. So Vedanta is attempting to bring the mind back, sort of lasso it and bring it back to what's real.
The mind picks up what's out there from the senses. Why should the mind want out there so much?
It doesn't know any better. It's the nature of the mind to look outward. And we have all the sense organs that also are doing that. They're taking information from out there and bringing it in. So it's just the way that the creation has made it. The mind works that way. But it is, like I said, it's the mind that has the problem, and that is the problem, that it's looking outside for something else to to bring that joy. And the joy is actually never away from us, but the mind somehow is going out there looking for it. There's a beautiful concept that they teach in Vedanta called Antakarana Shuddhi. The Antakarana is the inner instrument, which refers to the mind. Shuddh means pure, so Antakarana Shuddhi means purity of mind. But not in the sense of having to have pure thoughts or anything like that, but having a peaceful mind, having a tranquil mind, because it's in that calm mind that we can actually perceive who we are. And there's a lovely illustration about that explains this, about 3 water buckets that are sitting out in the sun. And one has muddy water in it, and one has water that's very agitated and moving really fast, and the other just has pure, clear water sitting still. And the sun is shining overhead. So it shines down on those 3 water buckets, and the one that has the muddy water doesn't reflect the sun at all. The one that has agitated water is reflecting a very choppy, agitated reflection of the sun. The still water in the 3rd water bucket gives the perfect reflection of the sun. So which one are you? You're none of those. You're the sun. But the mind can be in these different states. Sometimes the mind is very dull and lethargic or depressed and can't see who you really are. Sometimes it's very agitated, and in your agitation you can't see who you are. But when the mind is still, the reflection is perfect. It's a pure, perfect reflection of your own inner nature, which is light. So we were just talking about how practices of bhakti help bring about that state of Antakarana Shuddhi. Things like Kirtan and like mantra. Repeating the names, the vibration of the names, and just the act of bringing the mind out of its associative thinking and back into sort of one-pointed awareness calms the mind down so that you experience the heart, you experience the open heart, which is the perfect doorway into your own true nature.
I have a broken hip. That's what my mind notices. It's out there somewhere. My awareness is here. My awareness is aware. My mind is noticing that broken hip. And my awareness is just aware. It doesn't have a broken hip. See, that's what I want to get. I want to identify with awareness. With awareness. And now, I want to get to that awareness which has peace, love, compassion. Then I will be a compassionate, loving person. Hips, schmips. The hip was something the mind latched onto to make me miserable. Make me miserable. Because the mind finds the ways of introducing suffering into our lives. And this is, as I said to Amala, and this goes Ram, 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 Ram. Ram is the name, one of the names of God. One of the names of that awareness. One of that. This is direct to this. Ram, Ram, Ram. Then hips go by, and Ram, 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 Ram. Sometimes I feel I think I'm Ramizing the world. I'm Ramizing the world. And sometimes I get Ram, 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 and I look at the people that I meet, and I only meet spiritual people. Like, you are all souls. You're souls. You're souls taking birth in these bodies. You're taking birth in this incarnation. Don't mistake yourself with your incarnation. I'm a nurse. I'm a doctor. I'm a student. I'm a yogi. I'm a da. You're something in the incarnation. But you really are a soul. You're a spiritual being. And if you can get yourself, if you are a soul, then you will see souls. If you be one, you will see one. And just like that officer of the law, I saw a soul. Your children, souls. Your parents, souls. Your partners, souls. Your enemies, souls. And then you live in paradise.
you notice that a lot of prayers end in Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And there is a reason that we say 3 Shantis. They call it Adhyatmika, Adibhautika, Adidaivika. Adhyatmika means, may the body not interfere with my knowing who I am. Adibhautika is, may the elements and the environment not interfere with my knowing who I am. Adidaivika is, may the deities be favorable to me so that I may know who I am. And have peace on all 3 levels.
So, you hip, don't interfere with what I am.
Exactly.
Why do Hindus have so many gods and goddesses?
Well, each of the gods has, obviously, as you all know, the gods are different faces of the one God. They have different gifts to bring. There are mythologies around so many of them that, I have no clue what they all mean. But beneath it all, for instance, when we sing Kirtan, or when we do these devotional practices, we were talking about the Vedas and the Upanishads and the different things that they are about. We can sing from that level. We can sing to the gods and ask them for their gifts and for their teachings and to help us in our lives, to help us, because we need help in our lives. There's nothing wrong with that. We can also sing to the deities as a way of finding who we truly are, of coming into our own true nature, and they are like doorways into the one being. So we can sing to them, and as we sing their names, we're opening the doorway that they are and entering into our own true nature, which is peace and love. And as we sing, we start by singing to a deity or to something that's seemingly out there. But there is something that happens in the process of singing where you find yourself inside yourself rather than out there. Somehow their gifts are given in the process of singing to them. And you find yourself in yourself. And actually, when you're sitting in that place of peace, your mind clears up. And many times, you get the answers that you need in that way. You can see what you need to do in your life to bring bring yourself into alignment with what it is that you need. That's one way. Other ways, they're just gifts from the gods.
Yeah. Like, for example, Maharaji, my guru, he's a doorway.
Yes.
He's a doorway to the deeper place. But he is the deeper place. He's the doorway to the place that he is.
And that we all are.
And she said, and we all are. You can take your relationship with somebody else and you'll shift your perception about them, and they will be bringing you to God. I like to say, I start with love of the relational love. We all know that. then immerse myself in the love. Like we are in love, in the sea of love. We are in love. And that we are the sea of love. We are love. We are love. That's the steps. I love you. We are in love. We are love.
I've never forgotten your words in Be Here Now, where you say the way that bhakti works is you just love until you and the beloved are one.
Yeah.